Welcome to the sportiest stream and to the Ascend Tournament Series, ATS Ascend Tournament Series, sponsored by House Wiffendor. Welcome to week 4. We've got some amazing action to end off this week. We haven't seen ATS a little bit. It feels like way too long of a time, but we're here, and we've got a returning competitor on this stream. ODU Monarchs Silver are back as they take on Team Skyline Ember, which I'm surprised we haven't seen Skyline Ember yet this season with the players that have been on. This is a roster. We have a lot of really good players, really recognizable players too that we have seen before. Let's not waste any time. Let's look at this roster as well. I mean, they got players like Etch who we saw on next to new Visionaries not too long ago in the RLSS ATS Champions Cup 2. They have Zanestar, who was part of... Oh, I don't want to make the wrong name here. Star Nation? There you go, that's the name. Rin and Kopedija are back. We've seen both of them before in RLSS. I think they actually might have also been part of the Visionaries roster. And of course, Leopard Mode, who we've seen before. Not only is he one of the players that helps run ATS, makes it, work as well as it does. We've seen him before on Team Evo in the past. So, absolutely two rosters of recognizable names here. On his side, ODU Monarchs Silver, we've seen them before a couple times this season. Unfortunately for them, they have not done well on this stream. I think they are yet to win on this stream so far here. Their only win having come in a forfeit against Incorrect Gold. So far they have not been able to get a win in matches like these. But Team Skyline Ember are also a somewhat similar team right now. 2-2 record, actually a 3-2 record, but due to one team dropping out, but the record actually should show up as 3-2 due to how the season has looked so far. So before this, they actually were not in the playoff running. Technically, even with that win, they are still outside the playoff running, just due to the fact that they have an extra game compared to the teams around them. Specifically, 135 Mist, who are right below them, and a 2-1 record, and have yet to play their week. Their match, yet to play, their +1 match, which is against, who are they playing against? Mach 10. Actually, that's a pretty tough match for 135 Mist. For Team Skyline Ember, they're not in exactly an easy position. They might be in playoff right now, but that may not hold for long, with 135 Mist being as scary as they have been this season. ODU Monarch Silver, it's even more dire for them. Their record is 1-3. They have played their +1 match, and they are still yet to win. There's only 3 matches left in the season for them. And simply put, they are in the 5th seed out of 6. They are in a tough position. They've got to win a couple matches at the end of the season. Team Skyline Ember really feels like one team that they've got to be able to do so, because later on this season, they also play against the 135 Mist. So it's another team that is right up there with them. And they're playing teams close to them in the rankings in their group. So these final matches of the season are really going to matter for ODU, because not only they're not playing against those top teams anymore. They're not playing against the scary teams in their groups. They're playing against teams that are a little bit closer to them. In theory, should be ones I'm really going to tell if ODU Monarch Silver do have what it takes to go to the playoffs or not. Get reminder, in the Advent Cup, only the top 4, only the top 3 out of 6 teams total make it to the playoffs bracket. So ODU Monarch Silver, it's not out of it for them. Even if they were to lose this match, they wouldn't exactly be out of it. But realistically, for them to make playoffs, they've got to have a 4-3 record, at least a 4-3 record, just realistically speaking, meaning that they've got to win this match if they want to keep themselves in a pretty comfortable position overall, at least comfortable enough that they can call their own shots and get to the playoff bracket their own way. Now, Team Skyline Ember, definitely a team to take them on, and a team that's also looking to, keep themselves in a good position. They are in that top 3, but as we said again, 125 Mist have played 2 matches less than them, and are not that far behind. So this is not an easy place for Team Skyline Ember. They're also chasing down Shadowpoint, who are right above them in the rankings. This Shadowpoint team is 3-1 right now. Is a pretty good roster. But also have yet to play their match this week, which is against the 135 Mist. So again, with Shadowpoint doing how things go for them. As again, we're gonna get these people in very soon here. Prediction poll is live. And get your votes on who you think will take this one. We get things sorted out over here. This is a best of 5 matchup. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Evan C. With the sub, actually. Thank you so much. And Acebo with the follow. Thank you both for it. It means a lot to me. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. As quickly, I'm actually going to get something sorted out here while we wait on both these rosters. We had to go shortly here. But again, what a match we have here as well. As again, waiting right now. We can get a good series too while we are at it. But for ODU, again, as a team overall, just has been struggling this season. They haven't had that chemistry anymore. It just feels like, you know, for a team like ODU, who we've seen before really win because of that ability to utilize each other, have struggled this season in doing just that. That team chemistry, something that they're still trying to be strong with, has not been their best friend. For Team Skyline Ember, though, a big issue that tonight, they're actually playing on they're going to be playing on at least one substitute in Etch-a-Sketch. So he has not played yet this season for them. He was just added earlier today, so he's a sub for them. This is not a player they're used to. He's a really good player, but he's not exactly someone that they're used to. And for a team, again, that is not exactly in a very comfortable position. Actually, none of these teams in this group really are in that comfortable position. They're really going to be battling for those top spots because, again, they're holding that 3rd seed. A very good chance the teams above them in Shadow Point and Whiffer Red Jets are going to make it to the playoffs. So, really, it's 3 teams battling for one spot. ODU coming in with Flip Out, Nas, and Dan. Actually, that's a pretty common roster. That's the roster that they usually go with nowadays. So, again, the roster that we've kind of grown accustomed to this season of ATS. Again, on the other side, Team Skyline Ember, part of Team Skyline organization, that have shown up intermittently in this org, in ATS. So, shout outs to them, by the way. Great org. Shout outs to our sponsors, well, House Whiffendor. I know a lot of you in chat are not part of House Whiffendor, but shout outs to all of you. You all are great people. Again, big thanks to you guys for sponsoring, because it absolutely means a lot to me. Because we can not only give these players something to battle for, but just because you get these org names, you get these people involved, it allows these leagues to do pretty well here. Again, the players are in here. You can hear a little bit of chatting in there as well. They're having a little fun. The ODU Monarchs players just waiting for their match here. Should be underway just a moment here. I also should play shout out, but both fellow casters of ATS. We've had them cast a ton of matches in this league before. Actually, Leopard's pretty active this season, so shout out to both of them as casters. As we do have Etch and Leopard both in here with Zane Stars, so they're jumping in here. Leopard's an interesting character this season. He was originally signed up under a whole different roster. He was, I want to say, I don't remember what roster he was signed up on. But again, Leopard has signed up this season on a whole different roster. I think even the Cup. I'll know it once I see it. He was on. Apologies for the bright there. Find out what roster was he on. He was on Exploding Cat Gift this season. He might have been on Exploding. Actually, you know, I'm gonna ask him. He is in the lobby, so I can just ask him. Well, yeah, there we go. I got an answer. He was. Because again, originally, part of the Exploding Cat Gift roster in the Ascending Cup was called up to Team Skyline. this season, so he's also come in kind of as a weird sub, although he's been starting for them almost every single week. Conversely, Etch-a-Sketch, this is his first time on Team Skyline Ember this season, so this is a huge match for him, and for this, and for both these teams in general. ODU, Old Dominion University, Monarchs Silver, a 1-3 record, are almost dead last in this league. Still, they have a chance to make it to the playoffs. Team Skyline Ember holding a top 3 spot, but having already played a ton of matches this season, this win matters a lot to them. And they're 9 seconds in, and the emergency substitute of Etch-a-Sketch has already struck past Dan. Team Skyline Ember are on the board first. Quick start for the Team Skyline side, the only team playing on as part of this org. We've seen so many different dynasty organizations in this league's history. I mean, just this season, House 25 and House Gryffindor, and even Team Evo all have tons of teams playing in this tournament. Skyline only have one. Again, I think it's a really big surprise that we haven't seen them at all this season so far, but absolutely a team we should be focusing on, because while these aren't teams that are going to be leading in the league, well, Team Skyline actually could be if they have a miraculous end to their season. These are not the leaders, the front runners, maybe of their division, but absolutely teams that we should be considering. It's a whiff there! Dan's gonna answer! A mistake off the back wall! And for Etch-a-Sketch, who scored the first one, he has now given up a goal to Dan. And ODU drop the hammer and tie the game up. Oh, what is that? A double free kickoff! Nobody wanting it out of both sides. It was Zainstar who initiated the fake. Now, Team Skyline Ember who have the ball. As Dan once again clearing this away. Dan, otherwise known as Just Dan. Really good player, always. Nas is gonna walk in and take the lead. That ball just bounced in front, and once again, Etch-a-Sketch the culprit there on that whiff. And it has been all over the place here for Etch-a-Sketch. Not only has he scored for his roster, he's been the direct cause for 2 goals that they've conceded. Team Skyline Ember, I don't think they're going to be too surprised, having, again, had to make this change earlier today, having added in him as an emergency sub specifically for this match. And again, in a season where there has been very little consistency for a lot of these teams, every win matters, especially wins against teams like ODU, who are your peers, who are battling right there with you. But ODU is just not giving them it. 3-1 up. And it's Flip Out who gets the assist, flicks it over to the last defender. And with both Team Skyline Ember players stuck in the corner, there was no one to cover the back post. Oh, it says best of 7. Thank you for that, Armor J. That is a mistake. It is best of 5. I forgot to update that part of my overlay, so I'll fix that when we have the time to do so. Thank you so much. I would not have noticed. As ODU looking for more offense. That's going to fall in for Nas. And you know what? Since that goal isn't all that interesting, let's fix our overlay here. There we go. 4-1 for ODU. So thank you, Armor J, for that one. As we get back into it again. See how helpful House Gryffindor is? That's Armor J, part of the Wiffer Wet Jets roster we mentioned earlier, who is actually leading in this group. Part of House Gryffindor. And again, as I said, see how helpful this org is. Great people. I've worked with them a lot in the past. They sponsored a lot of things that I've streamed, and well, they sponsor this league as well. As Leopard will get the finishing touch here, and Team Skyline Ember will take their second of the game. It has been only 2 minutes of gameplay so far, and yet we have seen 6 goals combined. Surely, this doesn't continue for the rest of this game. You're looking for the surge on offense, upfield pass, Dan gets beat, and this could make it 3. Leopard. Oh, he missed that one. So does Zainstar. Nas with a whiff in front. It will be cleared away. Now Dan on the counter. Nas up to help him. He'll shoot. He'll go. But Zainstar will get there in time. And ODU Monarch Silver, nearly a 5th now. Still searching. Is that just sketch? Pinches that one well away. Leopard not going to miss the net this time. Dan jumps in for the block. Leopard to the back wall. Flip out. Dunked by Leopard mode. We haven't seen Leopard since his 1v1 best of set matchup against Horizon on this stream. As a double commit there, it won't be needed to worry too much for Team Skyline. A mistake like that absolutely is going to come to cost ODU. As Dan and Flip Out just not on the same page, and that's what I've been saying about this roster this season. That team chemistry has just dissipated for them. And reminder, for ODU Monarchs Silver, who won in Season 1 of the Apex Cup, what is now essentially the Advent Cup of this season. It's the same sort of ranked tier, maybe just a little bit higher ranked. They're really struggling here, only 2 seasons later, but it shows you just how good these teams get and how fast the overall trajectory of Rocket League is. People are going to improve. If you don't improve with them, you're going to fall behind. As in goes Nas. ODU retake the 2-goal lead. Unfortunately for ODU, even though we've seen a lot of mistakes from Flip Out from Dan, Nas has been a saving grace for them over and over again. You have to rely on him to be that quality level player. And to be fair, he's pretty good at that job. It's definitely the job that he likes to play. As now, Flip Out trying to make it 6. It's just off the bar, and in goes Dan. Nas already up. Oh, but Dan's completely directed the wrong direction there. Had he just not touched it, Nas was in the right position for it. Now, that just gets for the answer. It will be blocked out initially. Zane Star, who, again, the last time we saw in this stream, was taking runner-up in the ATS Paradise Cup, won the 2v2 Oregon Showcase, again, part of Star Nation Blackout, to win a championship. His first championship in ATS. He was so close there. Won against the eventual winners in 175 Esports in the upper finals in a sweep, but got swept, got bracket reset, and then destroyed in a grand finals that I believe they only took 1 game in. An exhausting day. We got to see all of it on this stream, but here he is having an exhausting time managing ODU Monarchs, who, again, are taking apart. Specifically, Etch a Sketch, it just feels out of place right now. It feels like multiple times, Etch a Sketch, he's on the wrong position, he just doesn't know what to do with it. Again, ODU, definitely taking advantage of the fact that he is right now that weak piece. He just doesn't know where he fits on this roster, and it's quite evident that he's going to need a lot of time if he's going to get used to this Team Skyline Ember rotation. But Team Skyline do get a 4th goal. It has been double-digit goals now for both these teams combined. 10 in total. And we've still got 47 seconds to go. This has been a game of offense and offense only. I'm all for it. It's exciting to say the very least. As we have gone what's going to be about 12 minutes of gameplay throughout the entirety of this game. That is the kind of, time that it usually takes to complete a game in 1v1s. Not in 3s. 3s generally is pretty low scoring. And here we are, we're seeing teams with 6 goals on one side, 4 on the other. And with half a minute to go, Team Skyline Ember still wants more. They want that comeback to be made. Zane Star looking for the double tap. Will not beat out Nas, as they'd already backtracking. Nas with the fake food challenge, and ODU with that possession. Flip out. Challenged by Etch a Sketch. Zane Star already airborne. He's gonna drop this one in. Etch a Sketch missed it high. That was a great opportunity, and Etch a Sketch blew it. It could have put this game within reach for Team Skyline Ember. Instead, they'll see themselves as the losers. ODU Monarchs Silver. It was not pretty, but they take game 1 off an open net whiff from Etch a Sketch. And the substitute, not exactly making life easy for Team Skyline Ember. We progress to game number 2. ODU got off to the early start, but again, they have not exactly done it very convincingly this series so far. They still have a lot to prove here because it was not exactly convincing, this first game from them, especially on defense. Now we move into game 2. ODU Monarchs Silver. Team's got a number with the lack of defense from last game. Seeing what these teams have done, I'd expect that that's what a lot of what they're focusing on now, is just really bringing that defense here, because they didn't bring it last game. It wasn't really there to be seen. Simply put, even if you concede 4 or more goals any game, you're not winning very often. I'm sure both these teams know that quite well, that kind of defensive structure isn't exactly going to be one that you can rely on to win matches. What may work in game 1 for ODU Monarchs Silver. And this is a team full of college players. They're smart. They know that that's not exactly a guarantee for success. Still searching for offense here. Nas off the back wall. Dan will chip this up, and Nas, great catch there. May actually look in front. Zane started to cover the early chance, and in goes flip out again. Team Skyline Ember, who will send this one away, and up goes the Star Nation Blackout owner. Nas midfield. Now in comes the owner, or one of the owners of Team Evo, in Leopard. Nas now keeps this airborne. Zane Star meeting him midway. Old Dominion keeping the offenses. Here goes the other way. Ember. But they're already going to backtrack a little bit here as Leopard. Nas. In midfield is Dan, and he will set it to the back corner. Zane Star taking his time here. We've already seen enough times already earlier that Team Skyline has not exactly had an easy time with those back corner bounces. Now they'll bring it back to ODU. S is waiting in front, but Nas there. Won't really put too much pressure under ODU. Leopard now waiting in front. Flip out chance a bit high there, and ODU Monarchs Silver just waiting for that opportunity. Etch a sketch bumped out. Open chance. Dan with a wide turn, but he won't get there fast enough. And Leopard keeps it airborne. Leopard, Dan, great shot on! And that breaks the deadlock. Dan pops it midfield. And with Zane Star in his own back corner, he's been cut out of position with the back post open. And ODU have struck first in game 2. Now they'll look to do it again. Right off the kickoff. No doubt about it. Dan, leaving no time to hesitate, beats Etch a Sketch to the punch. And it's a sucker punch to the face of Team Skyline Ember. As all the players now just realizing it is quite tough to play with a sub. Even if it's a player like Etch a Sketch we've seen before, play well under that next new Visionaries roster. Made it to top 8 in that ATS RLSS Champions Cup 2. They weren't even actually initially one of the initial invited teams. They were invited due to another team dropping out. Made it to top 8. ODU was also part of that tournament, also made top 8, even though they also were invited after another team dropped out. Right now, what we're just seeing from these players, again, it's but even then, even with that tournament having been relatively fresh in our memories, it's been the last major tournament that ATS ran. ODU, who are just find that space as Team Skyline. Looking midfield, Dan already keeping things away. Dunk there. Leopard. Nas. ODU looking for space upfield. That's your sketch. And first touch. You'll get that one around 2. Zane Star to the back corner. He's got play up the ceiling. There's pinched away. Flip out. They'll hold possession here as Leopard to the back corner. Pinched in front. Nas will send it out. As ODU's got chance on offense. And they will take another one. And for the second time this game, Zane Star caught looking at the shiny object in the corner and not the net in front of him. And it's ODU who have once again shut to the back post, and without Zane Star there to block it, an easy third goal. An ODU Monarchs team who is in desperate need of wins near the end of the regular season. Zane Star, though, looking for the answer. He's got it to the left corner. And Skyline and Ember are not exactly ready to give up just yet. And for how rough of a game this has been for Zane Star, getting caught out by 2 goals. He's looking to prove himself, really looking to bounce back as quickly as he can. Zane Star able to get by. Flip out Izzy. Hug the back post. Team Skyline beating back as here goes Zane Star again. Flip out. Oh, he's whiffed on this one. Leopard gonna let this one bounce as Etch a Sketch not there. TSL keeping the offense though as Zane Star to the ceiling, not able to follow up for a second touch. Flip out. Up is Justin. Oh, but a whiff there! 2 whiffs in front! And Old Dominion, I don't know how they didn't score there. They may have Vader back for this. Zanestar. Up goes Leopard. That's just Sketch waiting under the next new player. Just trying to find that offense still, but he's left the play for Dan. Leopard holding the ball upfield as Zanestar able to give him some assistance. Here he goes. Leopard trying to play enforcer, but with no space really given here. Team Skyline is meeting a slow uphill battle. And as time ticks away, 2 goals down, can they get anything to go for the road? They just can't. ODU clears it. Leopard gonna keep this one alive, but it will not matter. Old Dominion University Monarchs Silver are 1 game away from a win. They're in what could be their first win of the season without it being a forfeit. And a win that they desperately need at this point in the season. With so few matches to go. Again, with only 3 matches left for ODU. And it comes down to the point where you gotta get wins. And as I've mentioned already, I consider that win condition to be having a 4-3 record. If you can have a 4-3 record, you're very likely going to be in that playoff bracket. ODU, again, they're 1-3 right now. They lost twice last week on this stream. They've needed some sort of turnaround point, some sort of momentum. As again, what a showing so far. It's definitely been a reawakened team. Team Skyline, the pressure here. And reminder, they may be holding that 3rd seed, but 135 missed right behind them. A loss here could very easily take them out of that top 3. Again, it's only the top 3 who make the playoffs. There are no exceptions in ATS, so the Monarchs Silver are feeling the pressure right now. Flip out. Keep this one upfield. Zanestar. Oh, sending it back, and Dan wasn't exactly ready there initially. Did turn back quickly enough, but for TSL still on the ball. ODU's got to clear this one away. Nas does not have to do as nearly as much this game as we've seen him do before in the past, and that might be a benefit for ODU. Having seen a lot more action from Dan, from Flip Out on offense. A lot more out of everybody, really, and for an ODU team that it's a breath of relief, at least for a lot of those ODU fans, to see this team really do come together. It has been a couple weeks of just not being able to do that, and have really sunk down that team's mentality. Yet, it's a huge moment for them to find that space as Dan trying to get offense here. Sketch leaving it for Leopard. Oh, but what a fake there! Oh, what a play for Leopard mode! And Team Skyline Ember take it! Leopard faked as if it was going for the air dribble flip reset. Instead, went straight to the floor. And Flip Out was completely hoodwinked. Team Skyline Ember up 1-0 in Game 3. As Dan flicked above, Zanestar. Oh dear! Oh no! And I saw that coming as well, right before the touch was made. It was Zanestar, and I don't know why you would go across your net like that. And it really does make people do some strange things, but that one from Zanestar was just not very well calculated. Often you hear people talk about how you never go across your own chest, never go across your own nets. That same often rings true in Rocket League. You don't want to do that too often. Zanestar got caught in it too. Unfortunately, it was by his own teammates. ODU have found a lifeline. in Game 3 that I don't think they were even ready for. Now they're looking to make use of it here by taking the lead. But with the Team Skyline Ember holding offense, that may not be so soon. Zanestar left in front. Dan not able to get there! And ODU trusted him! But it will not be Team Skyline. With another drop-down shot from Lepid. That one pinballed off a couple ODU players, but it does not matter. All that matters is it goes in. And it's Team Skyline Ember who lead now in Game 3 once again, essentially erasing what we saw earlier from that own goal. Oh, but this may not help them very much! Dan! And the ball snuck through! Every goal so far has had a little bit of what the hell is happening. I don't use that term often, but seriously, that is exactly what's happening here. Team Skyline, it's just not to be for them right now. It feels like this game does not want them to win. But here's another chance. Lepid! 3-2! He hits his hat trick. He has scored everything so far for Team Skyline. But what a terrible touch for Dan. Left right in front. As I mentioned, you don't go across your own net. Dan got caught there. And it looked very obvious what he was doing. He was trying to catch it on that back corner, but it was too heavy of a touch, and Team Skyline Ember once again the lead for the third time this game. They have now taken the lead. Every single time, we'd be getting a little bit more curious on whether or not they'll actually be able to hold it this time or not. Lepid, good flick early, but I was waiting under this one, and but he does so well there as he follows up that play too. Dan, it's that 50 outward. Lepid, sidewall, no second touch made. He was looking for a chance on target. Now goes flip out. This one in front. Zanestar without too much of an issue blocking there. ODU. Players to the back wall. Lepid, flip reset, left for Zanestar, but it will not be scored here for the Star Nation Blackout owner. Dan. At least on this current roster of ODU, the last player to have been added to ODU. That's saying something. He's been on this roster for quite a long time. Really is a team that has not changed all that much over the years, and to just try to find that way to win this series here. They'd love nothing more than not just a win, but a 3-0 win. And the confidence that comes from a sweep win, especially this point in the season when you're just looking for something, anything, to know that you have what it takes. ODU need to bring it here if they want to take the series in DFH. They've already gotten to a good start, and it will be left in front for Dan. He's got a hat trick now. It is the Dan show and the Lepid show, and we're just here watching it. Tied at 3 each. Who scores next, Lepid mode or Dan? Team Skyline Ember, ODU Monarchs Silver. Legit side. Fighting for any openings, but they may not see one. Lepid always hit it high. It's a sketch. It's in. How does that find the net? And quite honestly, if Retro Sketch, he'll be thankful it did because he missed that shot. Oh, it's an own goal from Nas. And somehow this game gets weirder. We still have half a minute to go. Flip out. To find that back post was not too far away from actually hitting it too. Skyline looking for none of that. Flip out, chasing this down. He'll have boost and have time to work with. Left in front though. In goes Nas. They opt out by Lepid. He stabs at that one. And does all he needs to get that one away. Edge a sketch now. 10 seconds and counting. Flip out. Just hoping for any opening to be made, but Team Skyline aren't giving him any. This one will end Game 3. Team Skyline Ember are back in the series now in a game that I honestly can't quite describe what has happened. All that has happened is Team Skyline Ember brought the quality to their offense to a ODU team who, I don't know what, honestly, I don't know if I can describe anything of what happened in this game. You all saw it. It was a game, that's for sure. I don't know how else I can describe it. It was both one of the worst and one of the best things I've ever seen. Rarely do we see games like that, especially from players these good nowadays. But hey, we were given a treat here in Game 3, and Team Sky and Ember have kept the series alive. That's all they care about. Go into game number 4 here. Maybe we'll see a lot of what happened last game. Probably not. They're gonna look to clean up their act in some way. Team Skyline. Oh, bullying through! It's in front! Saved off the line! Nas got there in time. Oh, and the storied history of this match continues. A chance of a reverse sweep for Team Skyline Ember. It hangs in the balance, but that kind of a confidence booster. Sure, they don't score, but giving people reason to believe in them again. Off the back wall is flip out. At your sketch. Zane Star. Nas not able to get any part of it now. And here goes TSL! But Dan pre-jumped the shot from Etch a Sketch. Now he will take offense for Old Dominion. Flip out. Nas can't get any part of that one. Still finds Dunk in the corner, but with no follow-up coming with ODU sitting so far back right now from each other. So far away, they can't follow each other up anymore. They need to be able just to stay close to trust each other on these plays. Aren't seeing that close rotation that we saw earlier from them. Team Skyline playing for each other right now. A selfless pass there as Lepid up down play, but I won't have the time to get that shot. Now it's Etch a Sketch. He's gotten this one in front. Nas gets the initial block on Zane Star and Live Out prevents any second chance. And under the weight here, will still be sent away as ODU getting the panic under that pressure. As this one, demo route. Nas waits, flip out. Just for offense. Dan. Touch there, but Etch a Sketch will have no issues here. Team Skyline Ember are just trying desperately to get any goal, to take that lead early. This one, it won't be early, it'll just be taking the lead in general. ODU, maybe this is their chance. I haven't seen so many opportunities so far. That one, as soon as it was made, it leaves the field, and ODU will be taking that one. Star again. Nas. ODU Monarchs silver. Just waiting. Won't have to wait too long! Oh, it was just on the line there. Dan missed it. Nas couldn't finish it off. This has been the game where no team can score. From game 1 where everybody felt like they could score at any point. Now it's a game where we've seen no goals as of yet. Zane Star to the back wall. Dan will clear this away. Leopard mode in the midfield. Team and with a bump there. Team Skyline is trying, but they may get beat here. Nas with a breakthrough. And Old Dominion punched their 1-goal lead and what may be their second win of the season, their first having been played at all. Team Skyline. Now really feeling it. They've got to get offense. They've got to get goals at this point to keep the series alive. Leopard. Dan. Oh, and a dunk there. Nas waiting, but he won't need it. It was chaos in front of that TSL net, but the orange side stays alive. Only one goal down. Any opportunity for them could be the opportunity to win it, but I know they can't even get down the field without demos coming against them. ODU inflicting damage all across the field. I'm taking away here. Team Skyline, can they get there? Etch a sketch. Any shot. Zane Star! Cut him over! And it's that one. It was quick, it was decisive, and it completely threw off Dan. Team Skyline with the turnaround play. And with no time to react, that net's open. ODU can't get back in time. Now it's Nas. 30 seconds and counting. Left in regulation. That next goal could very likely be the one to win it. For ODU, it could win the series for them. Team Skyline Ember. The hope of reverse sweep relies on it. Dan, leaving this for Nas. In goes Flippo. We haven't seen too much of him so far, but ODU looking for one last draw in regulation, but it will not come. And this match will head to overtime. One goal. All these teams are looking for. What a series it has been so far. It's been exciting, to say the very least. That's a sketch. Onward for offense. Decent first touch, too. Really just trying to give his team as much time as they need. They have been stuck in the backfield for quite a while here. Any time they can get is time that they can really utilize here. That's a sketch. Away, Leopard now. Falling under it is Dan. ODU ball as Oz leaving it a little bit of space for himself to get that bump on Zane Star, but that's ODU who are looking for space. Nas, great first touch. Dan will go to offense, and here we go ODU. Venturing into the orange half. Ambitious ask for them, and stay that way as they will see no opportunities for themselves. Now they go again. Two in front. Who wants this one? Nobody wants it. Nas jumped, but he never looks like he was hitting it. ODU already back on their own half here. New keep offense again. Nas. It's out by Leopard as he's going to take the shot here. Flip out. No boost. Dan comes to the rescue. The battle continues. Onward in game 3. Nas goes again. Put away by Etch a Sketch. Here goes Flip Out. Second touch. Ultimate for Team Skyline, but no, not a major issue for them. As Leopard, one-on-one. Nas comes through. And another huge stop for ODU. Follow-up shot. That one's gone in. And we've got game 5 on our hands. Team Skyline, from 2 games down, have evened the series. And we've only got one stop left in our journey tonight. Champions Field awaits us. Game 5 awaits us. And that potential reverse sweep. Team Skyline Ember is their opportunity to do just that. Game 5. We are here for it all. One team battling to stay where they are in the playoff structure. One other team fighting for a win that they desperately need to keep themselves going, to not let their season fall to the hands of other teams. ODU Monarchs silver. Desperate time for them. They really do need a win. But you could say the exact same for Team Skyline Ember. They may be the 3rd seed, but it may not hold by the end of the week, especially if they don't win here. Pressure is well and truly on as Team Skyline looking for early offense. That ball left in front. Dan doesn't have it. Nas can't reach. Left in front. Oh, Dan got enough of it. Team Skyline are beside themselves. And ODU now surging forward. Ventress. Exploration in the offense, but once again, can't find much. Here's a chance, but again, these shots are just coming from long range. They're not too hard to predict for Team Skyline. And as such, they haven't had too many issues with them either. Reset. Go very far. ODU works the way back. Skyline. With how many shots they're getting on offense, surely one goes in. That's bad. That's bounced off the woodwork. I mean, they are still going, and I love about Team Skyline, even when they miss those chances, they're not, sitting there wishing that they went in. They're just going again. Strong-nosed, hard-faced, and really surging, really pushing for that goal. Fighting for everything. They just won't quit. A team with a goal, and that goal is actually going to be ODU's. It was Etch-a-Sketch all alone there, and just missed. Was expecting more, got less, and what couldn't recover. ODU holding the lead here, looking to prevent what would be 37th best of 5 reverse sweep of this stream's history. And they're one step closer with that shot from Dan. And again, they find it. That ball just bounced right to his front bumper. Didn't have to think twice about shooting that one. ODU, another one! That nearly fell in as well. Again, this series goes all the way to Game 5. ODU just feels like they're cursed to not win a match this season. But only 2.5 minutes to go. A 2-goal margin. They've got themselves a little bit of security. Now it's all about, all that they have to do is lock in, play strong defense, keep this kind of play going. But that's not exactly easy to do, as Lepid leaves this one! Called off by his aim star, and for good reason. ODU went all in on that shot, and it failed spectacularly. ESL now have their chance to be bought back into this match. 1 goal closer, 1 away from tying it. And with this time lowering off the clock, Team Skyline get another chance here as Lepid inched out that one. Back the entire length of the field, and it's awkward in front. Here goes flip out. And the captain strikes. We don't see him do this often. He often takes a seat kind of back, letting his teammates do the work on offense, but he saw his opportunity, didn't put it to waste, and now giving his team that 2-goal lead again. Fine. Pressure is definitely on them here to form. Only won 2 games, they're only 1 away, and yet this game has proven to be the toughest battle of them all, of them so far. Dan, walk here as go the other way. Yeah, just sketch that shot on. ODU just trying to get this one out. The Virginia-based college fighting for a win that could be everything they need. Etch-a-Sketch! Oh, nearly had to pass the same star. They weren't on the same page, weren't exactly ready. That chance Well, unfortunately for them, go away. They'll get another one here. Likewise, that one not able to go in either. I think we're seeing the, formation of really good plays here, but one team's scoring on them, one team is not. The team that is leading now by 3 goals. "42 seconds left, but ODU have prevented themselves from being put on history as, again, the 37th best of 5 reverse sweep in stream history. That is, unless Team Skyline Ember somehow find a miracle late in this game, but nothing has fallen to them. Nothing has worked in their way. Stretch for offense still, but have found very little to be happy about on the blue side of the field. Not sure, but not enough, and they're not good enough either. ODU Monarchs silver. A win they desperately needed, and a win that they'll take here in Game 5. They defeat and prevent the reverse sweep of Team Skyline Ember. It may have been a tough road after Game 2. They definitely didn't do themselves any favors being forced to Game 5 here. And it's Game 5 win for Old Dominion. Field we ended a series. We've had a couple series recently end there. A climactic way to your win, get a win here that you are desperately in need of. And for someone like Flipout, he actually has not won on this stream in quite a long time. Last time we saw him, I can't even remember the last time we saw him. Might have been. I don't know when it was, but I'm checking on my history here because I can probably confirm when the last time they won on this stream was. But it was a while ago. They have not won in a very long time on this stream. Might have been when they beat. Oh man, I think it was when they beat Game 0 from RecGG. About a year ago. No, not a year ago. About 10 months ago from now. Over 10 months ago. Goodness. It's been a very long time, and I think I just counted. I think it's been 9 or 10 months since we
and you going to the
last
arena
been here. But my goodness, it feels great to see you guys again. Welcome back in Old Dominion University. A 3-2 win over Team Skyline Ember. You guys know this. We all know this. That's a huge victory. You guys needed that one desperately.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Kind of the most ridiculous series we've ever played. But yeah, I mean, we got it done, thank God.
Yeah, we were just having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I just want to say shout out to Nas's Chisel Abs, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
Again, as we talked about already, it's been 9 months since you guys have won. In ATS, it feels like it's been even longer.
We've won an ATS. We haven't won an ATS on your stream. There's a difference. We're not just like losing everything.
But that's all that matters.
I want to make sure that's clear.
No, that's all that matters. No other win counts unless it's on Sporty stream.
Real.
But again, you guys, I mean, the last time you did win in ATS was in a forfeit against Incorrect Gold. But again, it feels like it's been a long time since you guys have been able to get a win in ATS. And yet, you guys are the champions from Season 1. You all have realized that as you get better, so does everybody else. It's tough to stay at the top of the league. I mean, we've seen that with the Wet Jets. They themselves also have not had an easy time this season, and they won it just last season. The competition's gotten a lot scarier, Flip Out. You guys know it as well. For us, that doesn't change. That's very tough to stay consistent. What has it been like, kind of sticking with the same players for so long and being able to kind of traverse the to traverse the waters, because for being a collegiate team, you got a bit of a handicap that a lot of teams don't have, and that is the players you have to pick are somewhat are stuck to only the people that play in the college, and yet as other teams have changed, you guys haven't. You're still finding ways to get wins, though. Tell me what it's been like again to stick at the same roster, even when everybody else has gotten so good.
I mean, while it is true that some people can make upgrades and stuff to their roster, like we have the advantage of the fact that we're like, I mean, we've known each other for a year and a half now, give or take. Like we've been getting better together. I mean, Nas and Dan have been getting better more. Like recently, I've been preoccupied with outside things to play too much, but I mean, they've been grinding, and you can tell from their play that like the chemistry and the synergy is very clearly there for them, at least. Not as much so me right now, but I mean, I think. Sorry, I'm bad at talking clearly. But there's benefits and drawbacks to being on the same roster the whole time, and I think that the biggest benefit that there is the fact that we're kind of like our own little family. Like we've all been close friends. I'd like to think for like a year, if not.
No,
longer.
we're not friends. We're not.
Yeah,
friends.
no, actually, I actually hate you.
Wait, Sporty, I have a question. I don't know if you would know, but like, when ODU won in season 1, did they was it with Letix? Because I don't think I was on the roster.
Yeah, it was with
Yeah,
Left.
it was with Athletics.
And then when we did Champions Cup, we had Ace, and then we lost that.
First round.
Okay.
Yeah, we made playoffs though. That was not a fun
both times you
tournament.
played it in the Champions Cup.
Yeah, next time.
But for what we've seen already as well, Nas, so often talks about you kind of being that player that I think a lot of people look at, but to win matches, very clearly, it's not just the Nas show. It's got to be the ODU Monarchs show. It's been an awkward season, to say the very least, for this team. It feels like you guys have had a tough schedule. On top of that, you've had some teams. Your group has been one of the more competitive ones, which not only is really fun for me, it's probably not so fun for you guys so much here, knowing that every single match there's a lot of pressure on you guys to make sure you stay ahead of all the teams around you. That pressure seems to have kind of seeped into the gameplay, everybody in this division. Nas, talk to me about the pressure you guys have felt, because it has felt like every single week you guys played, the pressure returns, because with how many teams are just right up there with you guys. Every match, every win matters.
I mean, yeah, we definitely have been struggling with winning matches. I mean, that's clear. What is our record right now, Flip?
But we're 2-3, right?
2-3, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you can see that we're definitely struggling. So the pressure is definitely there. Like especially on our mental. But having players like Dan's and Flip definitely allows me to play.
I don't know what you're talking to me about.
No. Even today, you play great today.
I did play better today.
You played great today. So having players like Dan and Flip, and being able to trust them allows me, to even if there is that pressure, it's all right. I know I hit R2, Dan's in net, right? I'm looking forward, Dan's or Flip's up there demoing the first person or whatever. So the pressure's there. I will agree. But at the end of the day, I have my teammates to help me out with that.
So sweet.
Dude,
kiss you on the mouth.
I'm blushing.
Yeah, so
That's great.
All right then. I wasn't ready for that.
Wow, we've got a weird energy today, Sporty.
Aren't you already in a relationship?
No, God, no.
Hey, he is now.
I am not.
Yeah, he is now. You're right. All right then.
It's been a long couple months.
While ODU practice team bonding, I'll keep doing this interview here. Dan, what a season has been for you. I mean, to think about this ODU team, to know that you are only 2 matches away, and I mentioned already that teams that make it to the playoffs generally, I say the record to get into the playoffs is 4-3. You guys basically have to win your next 2 weeks, knowing that you've got a pretty tough match in week 5 and in week 6. 5, you got to play against the 125 missed. Week 6, you got to play against a team outside of your group that has a very similar record to you. Neither of those matches are easy for you guys, and you're in the tough position that you've basically got to win both of them. How do you feel about a challenge like that?
For me, like I really don't go into matches like thinking about all that. I just literally like load up Rocket League and play. Like I know it sounds like nonchalant or whatever, but like that's literally how I look at it.
Honestly,
just
I
so
just try
bad
to
I play
do it.
better. So even if the pressure's there, I just like kind of like shrug it off and I just try to play my best. But definitely thinking about it. Like hopefully we do play good as a team these next 2 weeks coming up, and we can hopefully get into the playoffs for ATS because I'd love to make an underdog run in the playoffs.
So far as we've seen, you guys, you guys always find ways to do it. You may have underdog funds. You may have, there may be tournaments where you guys feel like you guys are going to get eliminated, but you guys always find a way to make top 8. That's the thing about ODU. You guys find a way to do it, and I would not be too surprised to see you guys do it in ATS Season 3 after having started off your Season 1 and 3. You now get a win here. Well, you guys are hoping your first of many wins this season. It is against Team Skyline Ember. Goes all the way to Game 3. You prevent the reverse sweep. Well, here as well, at least from this series. You've got 175 miss next week. You got an unknown match for Week 6, but it's surely going to be a good one for you guys. Battling against almost certainly another team fighting for a top 3 spot out of their own group. So far, you guys are setting yourself up to a position where you can control your own destiny. But of course, I don't want to keep you guys for too long. We are going to go through shoutouts. Just get you guys to talk here. It's been 9 months. I'm sure there's a lot of new people that have entered and supported ODU. So let's get this thing started off. Let's start with Nas. Nas, you have any shoutouts? Anybody out there that you want to mention?
I mean, we can't forget about the OG Mama Keo. I know she's in chat right now. We got Papa Keo. Yeah, my entire family is watching right now, so obviously thank you to them. I hope everyone enjoyed my glorious own goal that I had after they missed 2 open nets and I own goaled it. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Definitely geting clipped.
Yeah, that one might be going on the Twitter.
No, I might post on my Twitter.
Move now to Dan. Dan, is there anything specific that you have to say?
A shout out to my teammates for sure. Especially Flip. There's a bunch of stuff that's going on like internally. I don't want to put that out publicly, but just like him being able to like show up and play every week is like amazing. Like even though like he's going through a rough time, like it's so like because this game could be mentally taxing. So shout out to Flip, really.
Appreciate it.
Of course, Flip out. If we get to see you on stream so often nowadays, have you actually joined here for an interview? Is there anything you want to say? Anybody that you want to shout out specifically?
Yeah, I mean, shout out the team. I mean, obviously, I mean, these guys have been. I mean, I've been basically doing nothing the last couple months, and these guys have been putting in the work, putting in the hours. Not the Dwayne Johnson song. I'm breaking the lyrics again. But yeah, shout out these guys. I've been struggling a lot recently, and I know it hasn't been easy to have me as a teammate. So I really appreciate all the shit that they've done. Oh, sorry. All the stuff that they've done for me and for the team and the whole program as a whole over the last couple of months. And I feel like good things are about to come soon. We got CRL this weekend. We have more ATS, more NACE, all this other stuff. I'm really excited for the future, honestly. And I definitely wouldn't be here without my teammates. So shout out them.
I feel so bad now. You guys are making me look bad. You guys, I appreciate you guys too.
Shout out Nas Chiseled Abs.
To you guys.
Because you have like family watching. I got no one watching.
I apologize. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Yeah. I mean, you guys are the best. Appreciate it.
No, yeah. We love you, bro. Don't worry.
Oh, again, as we let you guys do it, and it sounds like a free.
I mean, hey, Sporty, you know what they say? 3's a crowd, 4's a party.
Nope.
Oh my god.
I'm staying single. But again, thank you all so much for joining in here. Flip out, Nas and Dan. A 3-2 win over Team Skyline Ember, preventing the reverse sweep. What would have been this stream's 37th. So fortunately, you guys
would have been our second of the season too. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you did get reverse sweep in week 1, right? Against
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
dude. If we
did.
got reverse sweep, I swear to God, I retired on the spot. If we got reverse sweep there, I was done. I was gonna just punch a hole in my monitor, out, retire.
Fortunately,
done.
You guys avoid becoming part of history. So on this stream, so you guys get to do that here. Good luck in the rest of your season. You got 2 weeks left. I believe in you guys for the top 8, but I'll have an amazing rest of you.
Bye, Sporty. Thanks again for the task, man. Love you, brother.
Nas and Dan there joining in here for the match. Cheers. Thank you thank you for the follow there, Mama Kia. Shout outs to you. Or shout outs to all the parents out there. I know there's a lot of people that have their parents watch. Really, always fun. I never had my parents watch me when I played my matches. They rarely watch. They don't even watch my streams. So to all of you that have your parents that watch, that's really nice. Again, you all are amazing people. I love the support us. We're gonna get things rated out here. Thank you all so much for joining tonight. Part of the ATS Advent Cup, sponsored by House Webinar. Go support, show support to the House Webinar organization. Who have season. Amazing rest tonight. I'm Spuddy FC. Take care.